What's up, everybody? Welcome to the What's in Your iPad podcast. I'm your man, Cypha Omni, with MsLeD, J1Star, Cheez Da Producer. We got two new members on the podcast. We got two new members.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, got two new members. We forming together like Cheese says. We like Voltron over here. But welcome to What's in Your iPad. And we'll go ahead and let the fellas introduce themselves. And one of the initiation things that we're going to do is name off your top 5 personal favorite apps on the iOS device.
All right. The MindAlteringFX. I've been producing for about too long. I guess about 17 years now. I've been doing mobile beat production for about, I want to say, since 2004, 2005, something like that, with different various devices. Just because, I work so far away from my home, and that's where my main studio is at anyway. So most of the time I'm on the road and try to have to get it in during lunch breaks or after work if I can, quick 30 minutes to an hour or more or less. I've been on iOS since about 2008, late 2008. Started out with Beatmaker and some other apps that are no longer on iOS. One of my favorite apps of all time is Alchemy, which is now incorporated into Garageband for a lot of cats that don't know or who haven't used it before. And I bought that at around $60. And since I got burned from paying that amount of money for that app, I haven't really gone out. And I'm not a particular fan of buying any app that's over $20 to $25 unless I see it's going to have a longevity.
Word.
And that quality, because Alchemy was dope, and it's still dope to this day. And if I still had it, I would be using it. I'd probably plop down 120 on presets and effects and all that stuff. So I would say Alchemy, Beatmaker, 3 right now. What else? Core Gadget.
Yeah.
That bundle.
Yeah.
MX Audio be coming with those apps too, and also a Tornado from Isotope. I know it's more than 5. What else?
Get on that joint.
But yeah, my top 5: Beatmaker 3, Core Gadget off the top. I'm a big fan of Nano Studio. I haven't used Nano Studio 2 as much just because you don't have the ability to use outside effects. But I started out with Nano Studio 1. And like I said, Fact Bundles where it's at. Yeah, I would say that's about 5 right there. Beatmaker 3, Core Gadget, Fact Bundle, MX Audio, and that Tornado. Those are my top 5 off the top.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I see you always you got the live, right? The MPC live.
Yeah, I got the live. Yeah.
You always incorporate them together, right?
Yeah, I've been doing that for a minute now, since about 2017, early 2017 I started doing it. I stumbled upon a little hack where you can use a guitar interface to create a loopback. So I use that to bypass the, you have to check out my YouTube videos. It explains it pretty much in great detail. But I started doing that, and I like how it came out, And a lot of people have been hitting me up and trying to figure out the workaround. So if y'all want to check out how I do that, just feel free to check out my YouTube page, and I'll go into great detail. And a lot of people have benefited from my explanation with using that app. So,
all right, cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and by the way, on some of your IG posts, man, you be in some beautiful ass scenery, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, I'll be it takes a lot of work to set that up too. So that's why I don't post as much. And right now it's getting kind of chilly out. So, it does take a lot behind the scenes to set that scenery up. So I mean, it's only a minute, but shit, it's sometimes an hour or more trying to set that little minute clip up.
People really underestimate how much work goes into making even just 15 or 20 seconds of video sometimes. You know what I mean? And even just like you said, it's a minute long post. but it could take like an hour long just setup, and I don't even include the editing and like what you're doing with the music and all of that, and like people really underestimate it. They like I've had people come like I want to shoot a video today. I'm like, fuck you mean you want to shoot a video today?
Yeah, word.
And it's funny too, when you do it outside in public like that, everybody gets curious and interested. And when I first started doing it, I got a little nervous and hesitant because, people look and stare and you're kind of like the weirdo out there, making a beat out in public. And I'm like, oh, damn, what she's doing or whatever.
Like, what they doing over there? And they want to get all of your shot and like,
I don't even mind them getting in the shot as much as it just, just being weird out there. Like sometimes I put the GoPro on my head and I'm looking kind of weird and like,
yeah, with that,
you got the mount too? That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, I feel weird with that even in the house. Like, I'll be like, damn, my kid's looking at me.
But no, it's cool though. It's allowed me to come out of my shell a little bit too, because I think too some of the things with being a bedroom producer is you get kind of in your own bubble and you don't get outside feedback.
That's an absolute fact.
Yeah, so it's allowed me to kind of create greater connections with other musicians and other people that are just out there in the world. Trying to keep the thing with creativity and whatnot. So, I would highly encourage other, producers out there to go ahead and take that next step to not just stand within the bedroom or the confines of the iPad screen and trying to incorporate the outside public, but be safe at the same time because, there are people out there that, want to gank your equipment and whatnot. So.
Exactly.
Shit, I wouldn't even think about that, ganking equipment. I'm thinking about, how these fools be trying to do it for the gram, talking about, oh, I'm making a beat on the edge of the skyscraper. Oh, yeah, fool.
Hey, did you guys ever see that? It was one video that went viral. This kid was on the edge and he dropped his MPC live. He was like on the edge of a cliff and the ocean was, it was like crazy. It was like a waterfall and it was, the current was so crazy. There was no jumping in to do anything. So it slipped out of his hands and it fell right in there. I was laughing. I was like, good for you. Good for you trying to be extra. Like,
no, I gotta Google this. I gotta see this.
Yeah, look it up.
And that's why they make green screens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can be flying through the air with your synthesizer.
Right. No doubt.
Well, sit your ass in a park somewhere. Like, why you gotta sit on the edge of a mountain, like with the ocean? Like,
IG thoughtin' with the iPad and the GoPro.
You be going ODing for the gram, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that clip.
It's like I'm at a good little volcano. Watch it.
Doing way too much.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. I'm gonna find that clip and put it in the video version of it.
Yeah,
you gotta find it. Yeah, because I don't even know what to Google. Like
it was
20 minutes.
It was either a MPC Live or a Machine MK3. I'll find it though, Cheese.
It don't even matter what it was. It's like this person did that.
Right.
I think it was the dude that used the Machine, that Jazz Cat. I forget his name though. He dropped his in a lake or something like that. The guy that wears a mask.
I don't know if he had a mask.
He did the skydiving joint that was on with the Machine.
I seen that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I ain't gonna risk my life and my equipment at the same time. Like, sorry, it's one or the other. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Absolutely.
More power to him for doing it, though. You know what I mean? But like, that's a lot.
That's a little too much. Yeah,
my heart would have broke. I might have jumped in after it. No.
Bump all that, man. Yesterday I had the rolly block and I was at Wendy's, but they did a good job of wiping down the countertop. If they're beating on it, it just slid off to the other side of the table. I'm like, how you
going? It's time to go.
Yeah.
Better get that Otter box.
Otter box, rolly blocks. That's dope.
Or make one.
Amazon. I
saw a few on sale at Target like the other day. So I mean, now that they got the new model of the iPad coming out, they're putting them on sale. I guess in Target, I highly recommend to go to Target or Best Buy because you can get refurbished equipment. I don't want to that are all my secrets. Then I have to compete with everybody, but
yeah.
Man, listen.
Target?
Yeah, Target.
Say again?
That refurb stuff at Target?
Target has some stuff on sale and Best Buy. I got this iPad actually refurbished around Christmas time last year. For like, because it had the charging adapter missing, so I got probably like $300 to $400 off of this iPad that I have right now. So
for that charger.
I ain't no lie, man. So I would highly. I know I don't put it out there all the time. So I don't be on social media all the time like that. But go on your clearance bin over in Target and Best Buy. They always have stuff on sale.
Wow. I always tell people like because people be like, yo, how could I get a you know any deals on getting an iPad? I'm like, yo, man, just go on Apple, but look for the refurbs. You know what I mean? Because that way, like you can get one, and at least you still got that Apple Care thing.
Yeah, you're covered for a little.
And whatever
you covered for the first year.
And let's be real. Like I don't know. I've had several like iOS devices, and like I don't know. Like it's for me, it takes a lot of like carelessness to really like mess one up. You know what I mean? Like and I'm not saying like if you drop it like you're being careless or whatever. But what I'm saying is like I used to buy like the what's the joints? The screen protectors, like the glass that be over it. I used to I bought that for my last phone, right? And I still got some left. Like I bought like 10 of them off eBay because they were selling them in bulk. You get like 10 of them for $2 or something like that. So I'm putting them on there. But like the more I get them joints, what I'm noticing, because I got it, I'm like, oh, whatever, la, throwing my phone and stuff like that, you know, being like a little more willy-nilly with it. I just feel like it's just a lot more like carelessness to like really like mess it up. So if you get one refurbished, you could get one, and you don't have to pay all that extra bread for it. And, you know, like you said, you know, and you still getting the same type of thing. It's going to work, you know?
Yeah, I got one, and it had a scratch on it. And I was going to keep it for a minute, and then I saw this joint in there, so I picked up this one. And so the other one I could have got for about the same price as, I guess, a lower model of the iPad, but the scratch was kind of deep with it. So this one, I ended up seeing it, and I guess whoever returned it didn't return the charger. So around Christmas time, you know, that's the best time to check if you're trying to get a newer model. And they always have that financing deal where you can pay same as cash for like 18 months to 2 years. Go ahead and snag one if you can.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. DragonFlyBry. Holla at us with the dope sample packs out there. Link in bio.
Oh my God, these joints are crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be part of the group. Yeah, so I'm DragonFlyBry. Been making music for most of my life, to tell you the truth. Started out on reel-to-reels.
Wow.
DJing, 4-track cassettes. Went to school for music. Then I came out and I started like engineering studios and kind of like working as assistant engineers and working some engineering gigs. Fast forward until like a couple years ago, I stopped doing like taking clients like so full time, and I started like working on my own productions. And I'd say it's around like 2013 to 2014, I got like into the iPad production stuff. I started off the OP1, and I had an iPad already, but I didn't have apps. I did have GarageBand though. And then from that point, it's been like I've been on fire between the teenage engineering stuff and the OP1 and the iOS stuff. Made it so good, like to write music and be portable. And after making music a lot of times, it's kind of like hard to get inspired, right? To the same place for like year after year. You can't go to a room and just get the inspiration every time. So once I got like mobile, that like changed life up for me. So iOS, the teenage engineering, the little small devices where I can do workstation type work, but be, you know, on break at my job or in the car in the parking lot or Starbucks, or, you know, you guys already know that part.
Yeah.
Really liberating, and it lets you get a lot more creative. At that point, like I say, it's been on fire. Starting a YouTube helped out a lot too, because then I had like an obligation to make some music like every week. Every week I have to do some kind of music piece for one, and then have something to kind of like contribute to the community. So it kind of like kept me inspired and really on the hunt for like what kind of information to put out there.
Right.
top iOS apps. So Beatmaker 3, of course. I started out on Beatmaker 2, and I have that on the phone, and you know, they didn't put 3 out on the phone yet, but it's coming soon, I think. Cubases, I use Cubases too. I think it's pretty much split between those two as far as like my main DAWs on the iOS. Chord Gadget, of course. Yeah. Please put me onto that. I got those 808s are insane too. And you know what about the 808s?
Thank you.
Link in bio.
Yeah, Cheese love hear that.
Oh man, it's so good because after I really dig into it, when you have the 808s that you can tune with the instruments, that's it's a whole different zone than just having like 808 samples. I'm doing it. Yep. What Cheese is putting together on the chord, that's really insane.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, 2 more apps. I'll do some kind of bland apps, but these are pretty good for me. BS16. You guys know about it? So look, if you know about sound fonts, so I told you I'm old school, right? So I started out with the Planet Fat and the Prophets and like all the emulator stuff. That same stuff came out on sound fonts, and you can load those same sound fonts into the BS16. So I have like Planet Fat, I have Proteus, I have all that stuff in BS16, a free app, and I have like all these killer emulator sounds on that one. Another one too that's kind of like a throwback for me is the Rolling Sound Canvas. So Rolling Sound Canvas, I remember the actual piece. You know, it's like a little half rack unit, and it had just a lot of general MIDI sounds in it. Sometimes when you're writing, you just want to have like a really good piano sound, or really good, some kind of string sound that sounds like real. When you want real type sounds, in like a lot of like the teenage engineering stuff, it's all synthesizers, so it's no real sound. Pair it up like a sound canvas or a BS16, and that'd give you my whole color palette, if you will. So yeah, I think that's my 5. I mean, of course, there's others. Throw sampler in. I don't use sampler as much as I.
Sampler, yeah.
First, but sampler is really insane, man.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, I was just in a cab, and I took my phone out, right, and I opened up, and I'm looking through it because I forgot that Nano Studio just dropped for the phone, and I'm opening this up. Yo, do you realize that the synth that's in Nano Studio 2, that's on this little tiny phone right now, like that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's just a whole like analog modeling synth. It's an FM synth. It got a wavetable in there. You could throw samples in there if you want. It's got 32 voices of polyphony, and it's on my phone. Like,
I'm getting that now.
That's nasty.
I have it, but I haven't used it on the phone yet.
Oh no! It's basically the same. Like I sent a file from my iPad to the phone to see make sure everything would be everything, and everything was straight. The only thing that messed up was that the samples didn't come along with it. So I think maybe I might have probably did something wrong, just it being the first time that I transferred it, but everything came through. The patches, the Obsidian patches came through. Yo, that Obsidian synth.
That's what I was going to ask too, if Obsidian came through. Yeah.
Huh?
I was going to ask that if Obsidian came through on the phone too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like both is the same, and it's to me that's insane, yo.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I'm fairly excited for just this time that we're in. You know what I mean? All these different apps out and all the different stuff. I'm excited, but at the same time, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, yo, they dude had hit me up. It was like, yo, I don't know what to get. There's so many different options. I was like, bro, just get one. I was like, you could eat off for maybe $40 or $50 worth of apps. You know what I'm saying? One good door and a synth, and that's I feel like that's all you need. As long as it got a good sample in there, you can put anything in there. You know what I mean? And you got GarageBand for free.
Right.
Hey, I tell you what. So hit me up to this, Cheese. So I'm about to get Nano Studio too. If I buy it on the phone, will it go to the iPad for free, or do I have to buy it on both devices?
No.
It's universal.
It's universal. It's just like when you bought Beatmaker 2, and then when you got it on your iPad, then you got to your phone, and it was right there. You
No, Animo's not like that though.
Huh?
Animo's not like that.
No, oh no, Animo, yeah, Animo is
different. They got
I
remember that.
For iPhone and then Animo for iPad.
There's a couple like that.
I'm like, come on, how are you going to do this, man?
That's like the iPC too.
But you know what I got on my iPad though? Animo for iPhone. It's all stretched out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'd rather do it that way than go backwards. So like, I just can't get it on my phone now. I had it on the iPad first.
Oh, I get you. I'll be honest with you. You don't want that on the phone. Like, Animo is dope, anyway. But it's too small.
Yeah.
For you to like really manipulate anything like on a phone, like and like, cause I tried to make some 808 patches in there, because you could like import like samples on Animo, so like for the waves, and it's dope. But that, oh my god, that joint is a nightmare, bro.
So what's
like on? Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like trying to like drag in like the little like those samples on the iPhone, like however it is you did it. Like I did it before, and it took a long time.
So do you think Nano Studio is the best one on the phone, or you think that's better than GarageBand?
I think because the only thing about Nano Studio, it doesn't have audio tracks. They say that's on the way though, but like right now it doesn't have audio tracks. So to me, like you like sound design, like designing your synths and all that.
Yeah, a little bit, not all the time.
Now, well, to me, like if you just want good sounds, like right off the bat, GarageBand is there, man. Like those sounds in GarageBand are crazy. Like, and they give you free joints every so often. You know what I'm saying? Like they just dropped a new sound pack, like a new free sound pack. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an animal right there. That joint, yo, I love this synth, but it is like I wish they would have just, like you said, made it like universal and just made you like you pay one time. Like that paying 2 times really bothered me with that.
Yeah, well, I had like a bunch of sounds for Animo too. I have like about 4 or 5 of the packs.
Oh, serious? That's wow.
Yeah, them things no joke.
Yeah,
I think the Model 15 and the Model D are both iPad and iPhone compatible. I got both on that one.
Yeah, the Model 15 is crazy. And the Model 15, that one, if you really like geeking out, that's the one. I love that joint.
Oh yeah.
But it's only 4 notes at the most, polyphony on a Model 15.
That's probably.
But it's dope, though.
Stuff, yeah.
It's dope. It's definitely dope.
Dang, that's what's up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave Nano Studio alone then.
Yeah, no, that $25 price tag is.
Yeah.
iOS make you cheap, man. iOS make you real cheap, man.
Yeah, man.
Because I was
not on sale no more.
Yeah, because it was just on sale. What, last week or the week before that?
It says 15% off. It says 50% off, but it's like $11.
Oh, okay.
That's a good price.
Okay. Yeah,
that ain't bad.
That's how I got mine. I got mine half off as well.
So like
I'm very happy.
iOS is like $100. You know what I'm saying? They have to go like that, because if you get cord gadget for $20 and the same thing is $350 on the Mac, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, actually, cord gadget is on regular price is $40.
Yeah, well then it's 10 times up for the PC.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It's just about the scale of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. That's right.
But that's a really good price.
So on Cubase, my first Cubase I bought was Cubase VST, and I bought it like in '99. I paid like $300 for it.
Mm-hmm.
Cubase on the iPad for like $25. I think it was on sale.
Right.
Oh, that was an easy one right there.
What a difference, right?
Yeah.
I love Cubases. That one is crazy.
Yeah, I can't get into like the linear production anymore. Like I'm kind of spoiled with Ableton, so I kind of do everything with clip-based production now. But I like the fact that with Beatmaker 3, you have the option of doing clip-based production or tape recording, linear production, I should say. So that's why I like Beatmaker 3 so much. I don't use the clip-based production as much, but I do like the fact that you can produce some blocks like 8 bars or 4 bars and whatnot. It's just finding a way to make the effects sound the same as you would with linear production. Because I started out with Cypha Acid, and then I went over to Logic after a while. But I've hit every different, pretty much every different DAW. I even did FL Studio for a minute. But when I got into Ableton, man, you can fly with everything with Ableton, you know. And I think that's why a lot of companies are adopting their production model as far as like clip-based production, and everything is being imported in an Ableton kind of format, because a lot of people are realizing how easy it is to produce in that manner. But I got every app just like all y'all on iOS.
Yo, so when you say clip based, those is like MIDI clips or like audio clips? Because I had Ableton for a minute, but I just used to use the other, like, you know, just the track by track joint, you know?
Yeah. Now when I say clip based, it's like pretty much just like producing in 8-bar segments. So I know a lot of cats, because I had Logic, and I still do have Logic 9. I didn't go past Logic 9, but when I was doing Logic 9, I would do a lot of effects. Like I would loop the bar and just add effects on it. And I wanted a way to where I could keep manipulating that bar and record it at the same time. So with Ableton, you can. It's kind of like Groovebox or even Launchpad, where you have a segment of music, like 8 bars or 16 bars, and you can affect you have the original loop, and then you can affect it and without recording over it, or you can record it through effects. So it's kind of like Launchpad. Launchpad is the same model as Ableton. It's set up in a clip-based production, loop-based production, as opposed to a linear production style.
Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Bitwig? You mess with Bitwig, man?
No, I thought about it, but Ableton, you know, with Ableton having already the hardware built in and whatnot, I know a lot of people are saying go the Bitwig route, but I can't see myself duplicating the process. And I know like the developers from Bitwig used to work with Ableton, so I thought about it, but I got so many dolls right now.
Okay. Well, because when you say clip, you know, on Bitwig, you can put clip and linear on the same page.
Yes, I saw that. You can do that with Ableton too, but you need a second window to do that too.
Yeah.
And I haven't really been on my computer in a while since I've, you know, found out this workflow with the MPC and iOS. And, you know, with me being away from the home, the studio so much, I just rather, you know, deal with a shorter or a smaller footprint. You know, it's kind of hard to, you know, when you come home, you're tired and burnt out, and then try to set up your studio and you know, do the traditional production style. So, but I still love Ableton too. I just haven't used it as much in a while.
Yeah, I can't lie. Coming home and just having to press that button on my iPad and the joint turns on like that, and I know I can load the app up like just like pretty quick like that as well. That kind of sealed it for me. Like, and in fact, I can sit on my couch. Like I'm sitting on my couch right now. I just lay back on my couch and write something like on my phone, like, you know, you know, tap in some MIDI, you know, some chords and all that in there, and get that in there, and just to give me a skeleton, and then just export it if I feel like it. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know, like I dig what you mean, you know.
Yeah, definitely. The mobility is crazy. We were talking about that a few episodes ago, how like we don't even get on computers no more. Like, and if we do, we're so used to the iPad that like I found myself touching the computer screen and forgetting I can't touch the computer screen. Like,
just
I did that too.
Fingerprints all over the screen.
All over.
Just out of habit already.
Yeah, just being used to it. It's crazy.
And mad it ain't working. Like, why is this
shit?
Mouse.
I got a question. How do y'all like the mouse? How do y'all like incorporating the mouse? Because I thought about it, but then like it feels like it's duplicating the process. I'd rather just use the screen.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah.
I barely, like me personally, like I barely use it. Like I used it when it came out. I was excited. I was like, "Ooh, the mouse, the mouse, the mouse, the mouse, the mouse." I was so up and down. I was gonna buy me a wireless rollerball mouse with a track wheel. Like I had all the specs, everything, like all laid out. Yeah, I ain't made that purchase yet. I'm cool with the way it was. Like maybe I'll use it again. But I'm not like sold on it. Like well, oh, this has to be a necessity or something like that.
Yeah.
Can I chime in on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the mouse, so I got 2 iPads. One of them is partially defunct. So now it's basically my house iPad. I basically keep it at the house. So with something like that, and I don't feel like wanting to like, get close to it, I can just, then that's where a mouse will be good for. Like if you know you'll be at home and you want to be around and stuff like that. But for me, if I'm like right here, I'm mobile, everything to me is going to be close quarters and stuff like that. So having a mouse would be counterproductive. Like instead of having a mouse, I'd either have a stylus, or if I was going to try to like do something with like maybe more of a mouse, maybe more or less of a keyboard than the mouse than anything. But like if you're at the house and you want to be like far away and stuff from your iPad, but still wanted the function work, then yeah, mouse for there. But everything that we do, 9 times out of 10, we just touch the screen. Maybe the one use I would see where a mouse would come in handy would be like, say, for certain apps where it's kind of hard to get to those parameters. And so maybe for those, maybe implementing the mouse would go good. But other than that, but there's only one app that I can say in question that would even be that. Actually probably 2. That would be Aria Pro and Beatmaker 3 for me personally. But if like apps where you like say for your parameters where it's like there's that one little dot, that little blip, you just can't get it with your finger, or if you hold your finger and you let it go and it just jumps all over the place, then that would be a situation where you would want to utilize a mouse. Other than that, for the way these apps are designed, they make it to where it's user friendly, to where it's like, okay, we know all fingers aren't the same. We know some people, whatever the case may be, and they design them so well to where you can get those precise parameters. And then, in some apps, in some cases, other apps, you can even get even more precise. So you can do all of that without even ever using it, or you can use your finger. That was the main purpose of an iPad, to where it's like you can get that preciseness, and you still get that ease of use. And so, like with the mouse, I mean, like honestly, like if you're close quarters, if it's a real arm's reach, you really don't need a mouse. But if you're like going far away, then maybe a mouse might be something that you want to utilize.
Yeah, I feel like with a mouse, like it kind of like requires you to have a stand. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
You can't sit on the couch comfortably and try to mouse on your pant leg or the couch. Like you still need the pad for it to work right. And the thing too,
what's that? Yeah. Oh, see, now you're gonna have me
get and all of a sudden these mouths like, hold my beer.
That's dope.
Like I said, you know what I'm saying? So I got one of these, and this is what you need even for your car. Because
now, question: is it not buggy for you? Like, does it work
all the time? So only for like if I'm trying to get like faders, if I'm like mixing, I want to get like hair movements that a finger can't do. But I don't like. I have an old iPad. This is for you guys, not me. But I'm going to do a D-set and get one of those Christmas refurbs, and I'll let you know next year in January.
I might let you know next week.
Right?
You want to know?
I just seen a wireless one, man.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah.
And the thing with me, I don't know. I plug the mouse in and it's buggy. It's a little buggy for me. It's not accurate. And what I would use it in, I wouldn't use it with anything other than LumaFusion for video editing. And it's buggy for me. It jumps. It's not precise. So I'm just like, and then like I just said, to get comfortable, I got to still sit at a desk with it. So I just most of the times I'm on my couch too, or in the car, so I'm like, you know what, forget the mouse. Like I just go right to the screen. But that one, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, that low trace.
Yo,
that looks doable.
And they got the little trick on it too. Oh,
man, I'm gonna be.
Why y'all do that to me?
Oh my god,
that'd be good for gaming.
Like let's
that's what I was just thinking about.
I keep
for gaming too.
And I didn't want to like show you up and down. I got this a couple months ago. The Nimbus. But
I heard about the joints.
I got it refurbished at Best Buy. But I didn't put it out there because I didn't know how to work. It works pretty well, but it doesn't. And it's made with for the iPad and iOS specifically. And you can charge it with the iPad app, the iPad cord. I mean, too. It's cool.
Oh, wow.
It's a wall controller. I mean, it's a wall outlet. You can charge it.
You can use it
because that's the only thing with the PlayStation controller. I got to be very careful what I charge that with. I charge that in the wall, it's a wrap. Like it's too much power.
You fry it?
Yeah.
Yo, I fried a MPC Studio You guys know the wedge? You know what the wedge is? The WEJ?
Yeah.
So I had a wedge, and I lost the power cord for it. So I just put any old one in there, and then I put my studio in there and fried it. Yeah, fried the wedge and the studio.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
I thought about buying that too. How'd you like
pointless. That? I liked it for the lights and whatnot, you know, because it lights up. You can sync it to your beat. But for me, it's pointless if you have like first of all, the new iPad, you don't even need power to plug in.
Oh yeah.
So one, is pointless for that. Two, it's only really good for the lights for me. Like, cause I use the Novation Audio Hub at times when I need to plug in extra shit. So it's pointless for me. It's just sitting here collecting dust. Not to say it's not dope. You know, I don't want to shit on them, but
I thought about buying it, but like Retronyms, I feel like they have a lot of potential, but then they stop development or something like. Cause I got the MPC 1 and 2,
and that too. But I will give it to them though. One thing, even though they kind of disappear, like I have problems, then I reach out to them and they make it right. So I give it to them there, because this was recently that I did that, and they send me a new wedge. I just said, look, I don't know what's going on, but this ain't working and this ain't working.
Yesterday it was working. Today it's not working.
Right. I don't know what's going on, like I said. But they had no problem with me. I shipped both pieces to them, and they send me everything back, and it was cool. And so, I will give them that. And as far as the Impcpro, like I worked with them for a while with stuff, and when it was meant, like now it just doesn't work for me, right? I can't use it anymore because I was a big fan of it. And I can't use it. So, they've been trying to help me, but there's just like, I don't know, all the updates are not doing it. They don't have a fix, but they do keep in contact with me. So I'll give them that on customer support. They try to make it right.
Yeah.
But
I like their apps, but I feel like a lot of the bigger companies that have like apps on iOS, like unfortunately, like Native Instruments, like the Machine 2, it's cool, but compared to Beatmaker 3, I feel like they are purposely limiting their apps that they port to iOS. So, you get a taste, and like even with the iOS apps that they have, even with the Impc, I love the app, but it crashes too much. So I feel like they have the ability to make it better than what it is, but they kind of hinder it, so you don't go out and buy the cheaper version of it. But I'd buy both if they would just make it more usable.
Right. Right. Even like, with the they own Tabletop, right?
Yeah.
Even Tabletop. I don't know if you guys have
dope. Yeah, I've tried it.
That shit is super dope. But if they just kept at it, they kind of like put it out and then bounced. If they were able to keep updating it and make it, and pay attention to it, that could be one of the best apps out there. Because I love Tabletop.
They give you a taste, and then they pull it back a little bit. Because I have all of Red apps and stuff like that. I got the Looper verse and all the apps, but it just crashes too much. And like, there's a lot of dope things you can do with it, but then 2 minutes in, it's crashing, and I get frustrated with that. So I just I'll use it for a limited amount of time, but after that, it's like
right, it's not usable. I'm at the point with my Impcpro, I can't even bring any samples in my own sounds, so it's pointless. I don't really use stock sounds that much. So the minute I bring my sample in, it just crashes and everything is lost. So I'm just like, I'm not messing with it.
And they got that sample library too that you can use. I've bought quite a few samples off the sample library, but then it's almost on par with.
Their sounds are dope. We did say that when we covered, because we did an episode on them. I give them that. They have dope ass sounds. And I wish Beatmaker 3 would update their sound store better like theirs. Because they do have dope kits.
To me, like for Beatmaker 3, I only bought one kit from them. And
Dirty South 3.
Huh?
Dirty South 3.
Oh, I ain't gonna buy that one. I bought that.
Is that in there? Is that Beatmaker 2?
No, I don't know. I know Bird. I only bought sounds from Beatmaker 3 store, to be honest with you. But
their sounds are trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of sounds for free. You know what I'm saying? Like because when it first came out, like if you wanted or something like that, you would get like this whole sound pack as well. And I got that whole sound pack. Only thing honestly, I use the sound for Beatmaker too. Like they got a piano. Like it's a piano. They had a Beatmaker 2. I just brought that over to Beatmaker 3. Like the rest of the sounds like really bad. The only pack that was good was the MSX audio joint.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
They had one joint, and oh my goodness, like it was dope. It was just dope. Everything sounded good and full, but like the other joints, I was like, ooh, I don't know. I felt like I had to do too much work with them. You know what I mean? Like,
they could do a lot better with their sound packs. Yeah, and imagine if they did.
Y'all know how, Beatmaker 3 is like, it's like, oh my goodness, it's like that pretty girl that you meet, or that handsome guy that you meet. You know what I'm saying? But like they start talking, and you realize like, yo, this person is not what I thought they was. You know what I mean? Beatmaker is so dope. It has the capabilities of being everything. Like a joint is like it's basically machine on iOS with audio tracks. Cause that sampler in there is beyond bananas. You know what I mean? Like Bri, I'm sure you have look at that sampler and see how like it's just like the old Akai rack samplers. You know what I mean? Like you get the multi-sampling in there. You know what I mean? Like it is not just like the little like I'm a sampler, put it on the pad, and I can pitch it up, but I can't like do much with it. Like you can do everything with this joint. You know what I mean? It's like that sampler is a synthesizer in essence. And like if they really like fix that app like they said they're gonna do, like it's sky's the limit with that. Sky's the limit with that. Like but it's just too buggy, man. Like that joint, like for me, I don't know about anybody else. I know for me, like when I'm using Beatmaker 3, like there's a lot of times where it just crashes.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I like I said, I've said in the past, I've worked my way around that. I just record all my plugins to audio. Like,
that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, because I just started. Well, I didn't just start using macros, but like I stumbled upon the macros joint, and I know Jay Elliott's been pushing that for a while as far as using the macros. And I one day I just long pressed one of the parameters. I was like, oh damn, I didn't know this was there. I mean, I knew it was there, but I never used it. But once you start using it on different pages, especially with the 16 pad mode, like what?
That and the modulation, you know what I mean? Like you could you could so. You could like the joint is a synthesizer. Like you could create an envelope that is attached to the pitch of just and on a sample. But you could have like a bunch of samples layered on that one pad, right? And that envelope could be like adjusting the pitch of just one sample every other sample, like whatever you want to do. Like the possibilities are endless, but it's not. Because you be in there, you be grooving, and that's
and then like, and then that infamous sound.
It's like nah. It's be like session's done. Party done. Like that should be killing me, man. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like Beatmaker 3, like for me was the one that like I was like, yo, I'm really like done with this whole computer thing. Like it was it. And like when that joint started crashing crazy, like which was been for like, a minute or whatever, but like I had me discouraged for a little second. So pardon me, just a little therapeutic.
No, I get it.
I was the same way. Definitely would be making. I was the same way.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be the Aria killer when it first came out. It's like, this could make me stop using Aria forever. Because it had everything going for it. It had unlimited effects, just unlimited everything. And then the sampler was like this was just dope. Like once I started understanding single cycle waveforms, like I don't need to get another one. I just put everything. Like I got put all my eggs in that one basket. And I was just doing just real good, just jamming and stuff like that. Then once the crashes start coming, at first like, oh, it's no big deal. It's probably like, might be iOS thing. Then when I was changing, it's still crashing. Then I'm like, oh man. And then you know. Then I fell on bad times, and then all of a sudden, NS2 comes in, like, well, let's see how that works. And then it basically worked for what I need to do. It's like I can do the sound design, everything goes in, doesn't crash. I can start a song from start to finish, and I'm good. Like the only time I really use Beatmaker 3 is if basically how math kind of does it is with the macros. Like I still every now and then use Remix City to try to remix things with that, but like but low key, if I wanted to, I would just do everything on Studio 2, bounce everything in the audio, send it to the Aria Pro, and then I can just do the old school manual chopping stuff like that. And then from there, I got all my Fab Filter stuff that I don't need to pay twice, and that's it.
Yeah.
I hope they get it together because it's probably the best app on iOS in my opinion. Just because even like compared to like Machine, I think when Beatmaker 2 came out, like Cheez said, like I was like, damn, this is better than the computer joint, and I was like using Beatmaker 2 more than I was my computer, and I had paid $200, $300, $400, $500 for that stuff. I'm like, yo, I paid $20-something for this.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. I remember I made my first beat on Beatmaker 2. I was sitting in my classroom, and I bought like the little. No, it was right before I bought the thing. Because I had bought Beatmaker 2 for $10. It was on sale. And I was like, I'll mess with it, but my phone was messed up, and I got my phone replaced. First thing I did was download Beatmaker 2. I was like, oh, let me try this joint again. I mean, I pulled the sample in there, and it joint let you chop it up and everything like that, and everything. It was letting you do everything that you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't doing nothing special. It was just doing like just dope shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I'm doing this on my phone. And like that same day, or maybe the day after, I went out and got the what's it called with the connector, because I was already carrying a laptop and a little MIDI controller with me every day. Yeah, I got the camera connection kit.
Yeah, and magic adapter.
Yeah, and once I did that, I plugged. Once I plugged my MIDI controller in, and listen, I got me a little one of them little binder clips. You know, the big joints you got to squeeze back, like and like they sit on the tilt. I sat that joint in the tilt, sat my phone on it. Phone in. This is coming to class. What you doing, Mr. A? Nothing. Get out of here. I had a tiny MIDI controller, like, you know what I mean? And the joint, and it worked, man. Listen, it was a wrap after that. I remember because I went from Machine, like the Machine. What's the big Machine? What that joint was called? Machine Studio or something like that? Yeah, I went from Machine Studio. From that, I sold that, got Push, then Push. I got the Push 2. The Push 2 was doing something crazy to my computer. My computer is type O anyway. But like, so every time I turn Ableton on that joint, I wouldn't even press play. Like it was at 96% on the usage. And I'm like, oh, I don't think this is good.
Yeah, like plugins.
It wasn't nothing on. It would be a blank, it would be like a brand new track. And once that Beatmaker 2 started working, I was like, oh, bye-bye Push. Give me an iPad. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I stuck with the Machine for a minute, but I'm just my bad. I stuck with the Machine for a minute, but it's all the libraries and whatnot.
Machine is fire. Like I'm not.
It's dope.
Machine is fire. The only to me, like I don't know if they got them now. Somebody told me they got them now. Only thing Machine was missing for me was audio tracks. You know what I mean? Like when I needed something more than just those little blocks to sequence my song. Like that was it. Like for me, that was the thing that was holding me back with Machine. But Machine is dope. The route Machine is crazy. You can have an effect on a pad and then send a bunch of other pads to that one pad. Get the fuck out of here. You know, but it was like for me, it's just something about it just didn't work for me. You know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, okay, so we're gonna end it here. Thanks for listening, everyone. For those who's listening on the podcast that want visuals, click the link in our bio and you can see some visuals on our YouTube. Check us out at WeSampleEverything.com. We Sample Everything on Instagram, Twitter. You could get me Chick on the Beat on Instagram. Fellas, you want to plug yourself and go down the line, plug your Instagrams or whatever?
You hit me up at Beatmakeristhesquad.
All right, yeah, you can hit me up at MindAlteringFX on IG or YouTube.
Yeah, you getting me a Cypha Omni on everything, IG, Twitter, YouTube.
Micromix.com, DragonFly_Bry on IG.
And you can find me at J1StarBeatz on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
J Bouger.
J Bouger, son.